Okay, so y'all have been together for about a year.
Yes.
Or so, and then you had your first kid.
Yes.
Okay, and then you had a second kid shortly thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
At what point did you find out that she was cheating on you?
I found out she was cheating on me.
Why did you stay?
Can I be frank?
Yes.
It was good.
So them cookies hitting, huh? Say them cookies.
Yeah,
that's that extra sugar cookie.
Yeah, and I grew up in a strict household, so
you just basically have gotten every opportunity. 2-parent household. Family doing, middle class, sometimes maybe upper middle class or whatever. Okay, so family's doing well. How the hell did you blow this? They may be surface level with how they put on, but they're deeply hurting on the inside. So what do you have to tell them right now until you can get back straight in their life?
Okay. Joshua and Matthew, this is Dad.
What's up, YouTube? Guys, if you want to do Atlanta street dating, we're at Nosh Lounge every Friday and Saturday. And before the date, after the date, Nosh Lounge be lit. So make sure you tap in with them on Instagram. Nosh ATL_. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got my man out here today. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
Man, doing good. Thank you for asking, man. Thank you for asking. So are you homeless?
Yes, currently I'm displaced. I like to use that word displaced, but yeah, I am homeless.
I get it. And so how old are you?
I am 38 years old.
38?
Yep.
Man, everybody that watches this channel a lot is probably laughing their butts off because, let me tell you, because we're 3 years apart, and I ain't gonna lie, you look so much younger than me, man. Like, you killing it, man. You look great. All right, so 38, how long have you been homeless?
I have been homeless off and on for the past 3 years. Yeah, so
but
this time it's been about 2 months.
About 2 months, okay. So what was it first that happened 3 years ago that caused you to become homeless in the first place?
I lost my job with my family. I was working with my family for 10 years, and I was laid off when COVID hit.
This was a family job?
Yeah, I worked for my family for the past 10 years. I was part of a sales promotion team, and arbitration and mediations. We dealt with collections on bad checks and trying to arbitrate outside of court.
Okay. And so this was a family business.
Family business.
Sounds like it was going well.
Yes, sir.
And then COVID hit?
Yes, sir. And then again, I wasn't doing too well, and my uncle told me one Sunday, James, it's time we part ways, and I think it'll help you grow instead of the family just supporting you whenever you get down. So
what was going on? Tell me, talk to me. What was happening?
Well, since it's truth and vulnerability, I had got addicted to ice and was going to work on ice, making money, and that was causing an effect on the other employees.
Yeah.
And even though I was being successful at making money, it had slowed down, and it was just time to part ways. So I ended up losing my my full basement. I was renting a basement in Stone Mountain. Started staying in hotels, and end up spending a lot of money on hotels, and finally ended up on Candler Road.
Shout out Candler Road, man. Shout out that east side, man. All day, man. That's where I'm from, man.
Yeah, I was at the Economy Hotel and got introduced to the wrong people, introduced to the wrong things like...
So like what?
Like crack and cocaine and weed and things like that, and basically that led to my homelessness.
I get it, okay, and so what happened 2 months ago that caused you to kind of become newly homeless again?
Okay, I was working at McDonald's on Memorial Drive, and I was clean. I was about 60 days clean, and excuse me, I had a big check. My check was $900. Right. And it was, I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday was Labor Day. I didn't have anything to do with my money. I tried to buy some $300 shoes. I went to 2 stores and I just had money, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I end up relapsing, messing with the girl.
Yeah, it's always a female.
And I didn't. And next thing you know,
on a binge. On a bender.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay. So, well, I tell you what, despite all that, your skin and your look and everything has aged quite well, man. So people talk about drugs and stuff, man, but I don't see none of that on you. So I ain't mad at it. But it's good to be able to have these discussions because people wouldn't necessarily look at you and think that stuff, you know?
Really?
I don't think so. I don't think people would just look at you just straight up without knowing anything about you and think, oh, that's a crackhead. Oh, he's on ice. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, kudos to you for that. But let's talk about it, right? So,
okay.
So do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 2 boys. This is a tattoo on my chest. I was gonna get married. Her name is Jessica.
Okay.
See, I grew up in a family.
So first of all, how old are your boys?
My boys are 17 and 16. They're about to be 18.
Oh wow, you had them when you was like 19 and 20 type deal.
I had my kids when I was young, and I wanted to have my kids.
Same mom?
Yep, same mom.
Okay.
Because I wanted to marry her. I bought her a ring and everything. She cheated on me when I was in the Air Force. And
wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, I was gonna marry her. That's my first tattoo.
So let's do the quick math. So 17, 16. So that means that you had your first kid around 2021, right?
Yep, it was 2000. My first son was born 2007. My second was 2009.
Okay. Shout out 2009. Yep. I got a 15-year-old. So
okay.
She was born in 09. All right. So long story short, well, yeah, because I mean, but if your son's birthday is later, that means he's whatever. He's already all right. Anyway, long story short, okay. So you was about 20 when you had your first kid. How long had y'all been together prior to that?
About a year and a half.
Okay, so y'all have been together for about a year.
Yes.
Or so, and then you had your first kid.
Yes.
Okay, and then you had a second kid shortly thereafter. Okay.
Yep.
At what point did you find out that she was cheating on you?
I found out she was cheating on me when I got out the military. She was cheating on me with a white guy.
How old were you when you got out the military?
In my early 20s, I don't know the exact
So this was
age.
Shortly after you had the kids type deal?
Yeah, shortly. I got out the military before I had my first son. I was general.
Wait, before you had your first son?
Yep, we was just dating, and I left Conyers to go to Texas, San Antonio, Lackland, and I came back. I was on a general leave.
So she was already pregnant at that point?
She was already cheating at that point. So my son was...
So wait, how do you know that your sons are yours?
Because I had to get a DNA test years later. I always thought my first son was not mine until I got a DNA test in 2016.
Wow.
My family told me I need to get a DNA test, and it came back 99.99.
99.9.
Yes.
Listen, I know about that, man.
Yeah.
I know about that waiting a week or two to get those results back, boy.
I was like,
you be, boy, that be something else, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I always had my doubts about my first son. He's very light-skinned, good hair, hazel eyes. So,
but the mom has those features too?
Their
mom. Okay. So she was cheating on you.
Yeah.
And so how did you find this out?
Oh, wow. Number one, she became bold and told me. And number two,
she told you? Oh, she just didn't like you at that point.
Yeah, she just didn't like me.
And so what was number two?
And number two, the guy had told me, and I had kind of matured from the military. So
what made you leave the military?
She did. I left the military on a whim to go to Conyers to see her. I left Martin Luther King birthday weekend, and my flight was only for the weekend.
Right.
And I ended up staying 30 days in Conyers with her, and I got generally discharged.
Why did you stay?
Can I be frank?
Yes.
It was good.
So them cookies hitting, huh? Say them cookies.
Yeah,
that's that extra sugar cookie.
Yeah, and I grew up in a strict household, so I wasn't used to just having sex.
So you was tender dick.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. You was tender dick.
That's
like you ain't like soon as you got your first piece of good cuckoo.
Yeah, tattoo, ring, everything, kids, married.
Because I mean, I'm sure it was good, but it could have been that good.
It was that.
It was that good. I was about to say, because if you was not that experienced, you know.
Yeah. Now that I had that experience, I have had better. But that first, she made your mind. She blew your mind, basically. Yeah, I was gonna marry her.
Okay.
I bought her.
I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna kill that nigga. I'm gonna marry her. So you never heard Project Pat Don't Save Her, man? You never heard that skit, man? You never heard that skit? I'm gonna kill him tonight, though.
And I had fought over her. Went to jail over her.
What?
Yep.
With who? The guy?
Yep.
The white guy?
Yep. Not him. Another guy.
Why'd you hit this guy? Why'd you get in a fight with this guy?
Because I caught her and him on the sofa.
Doing what?
They just sitting down. She asked to see his penis. And I knocked on the door. And he opened the door. As soon as he opened the door, I swung. He shut the door. Police were called in Rockdale. Got locked up.
Why did you stay?
Love can make you do some crazy things.
Oh man!
Love can
so
make
this
you
girl
really
was
do
just
crazy
how old was this? How old is she? Is she about the
she's-
same age as you?
No, she is about 3 years younger than me. So when
oh,
I
Lord.
was
so
20,
you
she was like 17.
oh Lord!
18.
Was she like a runaway or something like that?
I moved in with her and her family. I moved in with her and her family. I left my family and moved in completely.
Okay,
with
so
her
let's
family.
just. All right, I realize. Let's start from the beginning real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Man, we done got off a tangent with this marriage question.
because I need
No.
to get this-
Listen, it's good to get this stuff out. All right. So okay. So let's just start from the beginning, man. Where you from?
I'm from the east side.
Hey, man.
Panola Road.
Hey, man. Shout it out,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, east
Shout out
side.
that east
East
side,
side. Yeah,
man.
already know
Yes,
what
sir. All right. And so growing up in Lithonia, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
Both parents.
They were married?
Both parents married. We don't. Honestly, we don't. I don't believe in divorce. We don't. I come from that type of household.
Yeah, I agree. I have the same background, man.
You do?
So I do. Both my parents still married.
Yes.
To this day. and
Yes.
They're rocking it out, man. They're gonna do their thing.
and
So
grew up in a holiness church. So I'm a deacon's son. My uncle's a preacher. My granddad a preacher. So a lot of things I wasn't able to do. I grew up,
you was like completely sheltered. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So growing up, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yep, I'm
How
the
many?
oldest boy. I have an older sister, then it's me, 2 younger sisters, and a younger brother. It's 5 of us.
Okay. And so, growing up, would you say, well, I guess you described your childhood, but would you say you had a fairly normal childhood?
I would say I had a fairly normal, I was taught how to work at a young age. So when most kids got to go to the movies and go to prom, I had to cut grass and watch the Suburban and do yard work, clean my room, church, schoolwork, all of that.
Yeah,
That's
just
what
be
I was
responsible.
doing.
You had to be a responsible kid. Which you don't get no empathy from me for that. Because I had to do all that same stuff, man. I had to do all that stuff. Cut the lawn, wash the car,
Yeah.
do this, do that. Hey, even my friends, like when I went to their house, like I had a friend that had both his parents. His dad was super strict and country.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we had to work. Every time I went over to his house, to the point to where I stopped going over his house to spend the night because I know I'm gonna have to work like a damn slave. I go over there.
Exactly.
So that's just a generational thing, I think.
Yeah.
But okay, so that was your childhood, and I guess what made you? Okay, so did you end up going to high school?
Yeah, I'm a high school
graduate. What school, by the way?
I went to MLK High School.
Man,
It was
shout out MLK.
Yeah.
It was brand new back then when you went.
First graduating
I was about to
class.
say, like, that was like a new car. Like,
yes, I'm the first
Okay.
Mr. ROTC at MLK.
What?
I
Okay.
spoke first at the graduate. I graduated with a 3.33. I did receive the Hope Scholarship, went to Augusta State, all of that stuff like that.
did you graduate college?
No.
Well, I guess you got into the military at some point.
Yep, I got on academic probation and...
So what happened when you went to college? Woo.
What happened?
See, when you take a sheltered kid and then you send them to college, it is not good.
It's not good. I'm like,
It is
oh
an
my
explosion of
God.
freedom and
Yes.
opportunity
Yes.
that they're not used to having.
Yes, I had my first car. I had a job at Augusta Mall, and quite frankly, I lost focus. Bought me 6 gold teeth, had a Puerto Rican girlfriend.
So you was going crazy.
Yeah, I went crazy.
You
making
had the
money.
grill,
Yeah.
had your nice little,
little
what they call exotic. You know what I'm saying?
Exotic, and I lost complete focus of my classes. And I didn't know college is different from high school. In high school, you can take 5 classes and keep, but in college, you start off with 5 classes. There's no telling how much time you have to spend in studying. It was like assignment after assignment, and it was like, why did I pick up 5 classes?
You gotta be strategic. You gotta be
Yeah.
strategic when it comes to your course, your workload, your course load in college. So okay, so that fell apart pretty quickly.
Yep.
But it sounds like your family already had a business at that point and was doing okay. Was doing fairly well, right?
Yes.
So I guess after college, what happened? You moved back home?
Yeah, I moved back home, and my dad was like, James, I'm not just gonna have a man staying at home. I'm
Right.
gonna sign you up for the military.
Right.
So I ended up taking the ASVAB randomly and got accepted to the Air Force. And during the process,
That means you did pretty well.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
even study for it.
Right.
And during the process of waiting, I got a job at Subway in Conyers.
Okay.
That's where I met my baby mom.
Oh Lord. Were y'all co-workers?
She
Okay,
just
she was
came
just
in
a
the store
customer,
one
okay.
night. Yep.
And how did you end up moving out of your house to live with her mom and dad?
Because
or her parents or whoever she lived with?
I seen it appeared that they had more freedom to be they had more freedom to do what they wanted to do instead of being like, you know, in the church. You got to go to church. You got to do. They was able.
It was less structure and,
yeah,
like you say, more freedom. So
it was more. Yeah. Now that I look back, it was undisciplined.
Well, because I mean, as a man, you can look back on it now and see that you definitely shouldn't have moved into her family's house. That put you in a subservient position, a beta position, and of course she's gonna be unattracted and cheat on you with someone who she determines to be more like a man. You know, that's what the guys don't get that.
Yeah, I
right?
did not get
like this
that.
the big league, so you come out here playing around, some guy's gonna get your girl, he's gonna be smashing. Right?
Even when I'm in the Air Force in Texas.
100%, especially when you're in the military. Man, these women are trifling, brother. Like, you get in that military, they gonna have them some at-home D. Guy gonna be all up in your fridge, all up on your couch, in your bed, smashing, leaving stains, all kind of stuff, man. I'm telling you, bro, I done been on both. Well, I ain't been on both sides, but I've been on. Let's just say this: I ain't up in the military, so, but I can tell you that I've dealt with people whose wives, whatever. Anyway, all right. Long story short, let me cut that part out. All right, so okay, but so because, like, what did your dad think about that when you was like, I'm gonna go move in with my girlfriend's family?
You know, my dad told me when I came home for a break on Christmas, he said, James, I don't have a problem with you marrying her. He said, but I want you to finish your Air Force career first. He said, I don't have a problem. He said, let her finish doing what she got to do. You get you right.
So you just basically have gotten every opportunity, 2-parent household, family doing, middle class, sometimes maybe upper middle class or whatever. Okay, so family's doing well. How the hell did you blow this?
Okay, since I have to be truthful and vulnerable. I'm immature. I don't understand discipline and structure and
But you grew up in discipline and structure.
But it was boring. Sometimes being responsible.
Or forced, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it was forced instead of encouraged.
Yeah.
There's a difference between seriously. You got to encourage kids to do things. You can't force them. Because as soon as they're not forced anymore, they're going to go the exact opposite direction. Versus if you encourage them, you make them feel like they're a part of the process. Now they're bought into it and they're going to keep doing it after you leave or whatever. So, yeah, I had to learn that, man, about raising kids, man.
For real?
Yeah, you can't force kids to do anything.
Yeah, and I got whoopings. So I grew up in the era where
I know about whoopings. I know about that. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do. And so it's a fear-based thing versus kind of, like I say, allowing you to feel like you're part of the process.
Yes, like if you don't do this, if you bring home a C, if you don't get A's and B's, you gonna get a whooping. So more is like now you gotta perform instead of just being a natural person.
Yeah. So I get it. So So the long and short of it is that you basically, as soon as you got the opportunity to, you jumped off the porch, threw some gold teeth in your mouth, started listening to all the music you couldn't listen to back in the day. Nigga, funk, itch. Like, you just going crazy.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay. So I get that, man. So, all right, but let's get into a little more serious talk, right?
Okay.
Because, what is your relationship like with your kids?
My relationship with my kids is now, I'm an absentee father, but my kids know me. And they might not respect me, but it won't take long for me to touch their heart. I have 2 boys. They know me. They wanted to move in with me rather than stay at home with their mom and their family.
Right.
So, yeah, I have that type of heart and that type of personality and that type of influence. So they resent me right now for not being there. I'm not a present father. I'm an absentee father. I do think about my kids. I do pray for them. But I'm not in their lives.
I mean, if they were to happen to come across, which it happens, believe me, if they were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, okay, talk directly to them. Look them in the camera and, talk to them, man, because they hear that and they may be surface level with how they put on, but they're deeply hurting on the inside. So what do you have to tell them right now until you can get back straight in their life?
Okay. Joshua and Matthew, this is Dad. You might not even want to call me Dad. You could call me James. But just know I always love you. I miss you guys. I'm embarrassed to be in your lives. I don't feel like I'm worthy enough to be a dad to you, so I stay away. But I want you to know that I love you. I thank you. You guys are so good looking. You're so smart. Josh, you're so handsome. Matthew, you're so handsome. I hope you're doing good in football. Josh, I hope you stand out of trouble. But just know one day we all gonna be together and we're gonna be able to put this all behind us and we're gonna have the best life ever. Until then, please be patient with your dad. Your dad is immature, started young, having children. Please don't do that. Don't follow my mistake. Stay off of drugs, stay away from the wrong people, and focus on yourself. Whatever you want to do positive, do that. That's the only advice that I can offer you as a dad right now, though I'm far away. Learn from my mistakes. Don't have kids early and focus on whatever you want to do positive. Matthew, if you want to be a football player, go. Josh, whatever you want to do, go to trade school, whatever, go. But do not get involved with gangs, drugs, or guns. Stay away from those three things, and women right now. Focus on yourself.
That's going to be the hard part, man. Telling a 16 to 17-year-old boy to stay away from.
That's what my dad, that's going to make him go.
Well, I was about to say, man, like it's good advice, but man, you know, that part is hard for young guys. So
it was hard.
Let me ask you this. Are your parents still alive? What do they think about this whole situation?
Well, like my dad say, James, you gonna get it. You gonna get it one day. You gonna see. And my mom, oh my God, my mom is so awesome. They're understanding. They miss me, they love me, but they don't think I should be out here like this. But on the flip side, what I bring back to the family, what I bring to the church from all of this experience is so powerful.
It is.
And they think it would be a great testimony once I come back home.
100%. I agree with that part, okay?
It'll be a great testimony.
Do your parents have a relationship with your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're fully in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're just kind of the outcast in this situation.
The black sheep.
I get it, man. And,
yes, sir.
You know, so, you know, if your kids ask, like, well, I hear all that, but was the ice, was the crack, was that stuff more important than us?
It's not. It's not. It's to fill the void of the mistakes I made in my life. Nothing is worth family or your children, your mom, your dad. Nothing. Nobody. I wish I would have never had the type of friends I had and left my family. And I know sometimes family, you be around family so long, you take them for granted. Mm-hmm. You can take family for granted and not appreciate the things that they do until you go through situations like these and you realize, like, wow, my family is the best thing that happened to me. But sometimes you have to go through things away from your family so you can appreciate them more when you come
100%,
back.
100%, man. So, I mean, what are you doing to honor them in that way? Because it sounds like they've tried their best, they've done their best, they, you know, tried to raise you as well as they could. They have, you know, finances, you know, they're financially stable or whatever, right? What are you going to do to honor them, man?
One thing I am going to do to honor them, number one, I honor my family by telling the truth. Okay. I honor my family by still saying yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no,
Showing
ma'am.
that you was raised right.
Yep, show that I was raised right. I honor my family by staying to myself. I honor my family by still saying my grace before I eat. Still have a Bible in my bag. I may not obey, but it's still there. Certain things.
So basically what I'm hearing is, I believe, I'm paraphrasing, but the good book basically says, train up a child
in the way that he should go, and when he's old,
he will not depart from it.
He can't depart. It's still with me.
It's still gonna be inside.
I haven't threw my Bible
and
away.
I can 100% feel that energy bounces off of you. You have 100%. You got good energy bouncing all off of you, despite whatever you've gone through, whatever your situation is. So I just want to let you know that. From one person that reads energy to you, I'm telling you that you got good energy, man. So stay that way. So, all right, well, listen, man, I mean, we really appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Taking the time answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way that they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
No, right now, just stay in tune. My name will be great one day. You will see this face
What's
again.
your name, brother?
My name is James Devon Robinson. Don't Google me. You might see my car. Do not Google me.
They Googling right now. They're doing it right now. I hate to tell you. They're Googling right now. Okay? They got this screen minimized and they opened up the Google and they're Googling you right now. They are shaking their head right now. Like, oh my God, look at this guy. It's all good, man. Yeah. But, it's all good. But
as far as my church, I will be attending church. So that's where I will be shortly. I will be back in church.
What church is that, man?
And that's Lucas Temple True Church of God in Christ, 679 Glendale Road in Scottsdale, Georgia. So
y'all wanna go holler at him. He in Scottsdale.
That's where I will be.
Scottsdale,
Georgia. So that would be the way to communicate with me once I get off the streets. I'll be in church.
Hey man, listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna tell you something, brother. I can't wait to see it. All right, I can't wait to see it. So, like I say, we really appreciate you. And we definitely wish you nothing but the best out here, all right?
All right.
Make sure you have a good one, man.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.